in the next few minutes, you're going to hear a phrase that I'll bet you $100 you have never heard one other RVing YouTuber ever even utter. And why that phrase is important. At least it's important to understand, try to keep in mind. Hi, everybody. I am the RV Wingman, former campground owner, lifelong lover of outdoors, and most of the people that do it most of the time. This is my virtual campfire where we sit around, we talk about camping and RVing, and sometimes about sayings and what they mean. This is a Latin phrase, tabula rasa. Tabula rasa. If you took debate in high school or in college, you probably know about tabula rasa. That's a term that means an empty slate. What does that have to do with anything? Well, I think that we are all born with an empty slate. No matter what color we are, what country we're from, what gender we are, we're all born as an empty slate. We don't know what we don't know. We're just a victim of our circumstances, our surroundings. Our culture teaches us things and fills in that picture, that emptiness. We determine our values and our ideals and our goals and what we think is right and wrong from the things around us. So what's the big deal? Well, tabula rasa, I believe, if we look at life, most of the people that watch Wingman Wisdom are old folks like me. And when I was young, I didn't even want to listen to stuff like this because I already knew everything. But the older I get and the more stuff I read, I go, you know what? I was such a fool when I thought I was smart. Oh my God. I'm still a fool. There is so much more that I don't know. I'm not trying to preach or anything else. I'm just trying to give you a perspective, something to think about. That's what we do here on Wingman Wisdom. We are all an empty slate. When we begin anything, we begin the first grade or preschool. When we get our first job, we get our first girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever, we start driving. We don't know anything. We don't know. We only know what we see and we take in around us. I believe that, that's just my opinion. As we get older, we arrogantly think, okay, I got it figured out. I know everything. Boy, that's what I used to think. There's so much more to life. There's so much more to people. There's so much more to politics than one side or the other. To look at just one thing and go, I got it figured out. I'm saying your mind is still tabula rasa. Now, maybe you got some stuff in it, but you're still an open slate. You should be an open book. I think that when you have strong opinions, yet you remain open at the same time, it's not easy to do. But I want you to think about that. The more you get, the Archie Bunker types. Remember All in the Family, Archie Bunker, it was just that way. He was not very open. But then you look at other people, and they're just all open and wishy-washy. Somewhere out there, you don't know everything. I don't know everything. I do know everything that I know. I've said before here on the channel, that I've repeated there are 4 levels of being competent in life, competent with anything, and being conscious of things. The first one is you're unconsciously incompetent. You start out anything. I could play basketball for a living. How hard would it be to be a plumber? I can get up on a roof. Look, dummy me. I can put up a fence when I was a rancher. Putting up a fence, whoo. You're so ignorant. You're so unaware that you don't even know you're unaware. It's only when you start working on that project, whatever it is, you're going to be a basketball player, you're going to be a bookkeeper, you're going to be a lawyer, you're going to be a debater, whatever it is, whatever the profession is, the more you try, you're going to go, oh my God, there's a whole lot more to this than I thought. When I started doing my TV fishing show, 40 years ago, I thought, boy, it's all about this. It's all about the fish. Was I wrong? But it took about 2 years, the first 2 years of my career, and I'm going, something's not right. It just doesn't feel right. Yeah, I'm catching fish and sometimes big fish, but what am I not doing? Then I started learning, it's not about the fish. The fish are part of it. I think that marriage, I think that budgets, I think that all of us, no matter what career you have ever been in, wasn't there more to it than you thought there was going to be going in? Especially if it was a meaningful career, a meaningful endeavor. There was so much more When I started doing the ranching business, I thought, well, how hard can this be? You just get some animals and sit back and pray Mother Nature gives you some rain, and there you go. Boy, was I wrong. To be a successful rancher, you've got to do a whole lot more than that. You got to work your tail off. To be an RVer, people buy an RV, and they buy it because they want to have fun, and that's good, and you can have fun, but anybody that's owned an RV will tell you that fun is only a little bit of it. It's like those fish were just a little bit of me doing a television show. And you got to learn about maintenance. You got to learn how to drive the thing. You got to learn about depreciation, and you will. You got to learn about insurance claims, and unfortunately, you probably will. You'll learn a lot of things, but it's painful. So the first thing is you're unconsciously incompetent. Then you become consciously incompetent. You go, I know there's a lot to learn here. I know I'm an idiot. So you study. You look at the people around you. The people that are good fishermen, the people that are good at whatever, they're good electricians, they're good business people. They're good at what they do. And guess what? You start emulating them. You start watching them. And you learn, and all of a sudden you listen to the coach, so to speak, and you become consciously competent. It takes time. It takes practice. But the more you do it, the more you consciously become aware of your faults, your flaws, and what the professionals do, the better you will be. So what's the last level? You're unconsciously incompetent, then you are consciously incompetent, then you are consciously competent, but you got to think about it all the time. And the last level of competence is you are unconsciously competent. The greatest human beings at every endeavor are unconsciously competent. They don't have to think about it. Politicians get up and beep, 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 beep. Athletes, they can just shoot a basket from a mile away. They are good. They're unconsciously competent and make it look so effortless. But the really great ones, they remain somewhere between consciously incompetent and unconsciously competent. And they want to find more. It's tabula rasa. There's more out there. The great ones, the true great ones. They want to find out everything. They want to learn everything. The philosophers. I've started doing a lot of reading and stuff that I never thought I'd do when I was a young man. But wow, there were some smart people that lived thousands of years ago. Very, very smart, wise people. We think that we are so special today. I think that we're so arrogant. But I'll bet you arrogance it's a human trait. We all know what we know. It takes a humble man, a humble woman to go, you know what? I don't know it all. I want to know it all. Most of us learn tabula rasa. We fill in the empty spaces, if you will, by making mistakes. Hopefully by sitting around this virtual campfire, listening to other people's stories, asking questions, being kind, being thoughtful, understanding that those dummies, the people out there, look at that idiot over there. You was one too, and you may still be an idiot. I know that I am in many, many ways. The more we can be in control of ourselves and be objective and say, I'm not going to just be unconsciously incompetent. I'm going to continue to be an open, empty slate. I know what I know, but there's more to know. I'm hopeful that some of this makes sense. What did you do in your life? What career did you have? Was it as easy as you thought it was going to be? Was buying an RV the same as you thought it was going to be? How about having a child? If you've run a business, was it just the way you thought it was going to be? No problem. My latest challenge is retirement. We sold our campground almost 2 years ago. I'm going to retire and go play. It's going to be fun. It's going to be easy. Sounds easy, does hard. At least it does for the Wingman, because I missed it. I missed the being around the people. I missed the picking up the big dirty and the cigarette butts. As crazy as that sounds, I missed it. I did miss some of the things. But I have created this Wingman wisdom, this virtual campfire to continue my friendships that I made with people and with new people and just talk about stuff. Will we be able to make an actual difference in the world? Probably not. That's the truth. But hopefully in our little community of people that care. If you've been on this community very long on Wingman Wisdom, most of the people get along most of the time. That's kind of scary. We don't all agree, but we come from different places. Having strong opinions yet an open mind is so critical. If we're going to get along in this world, if we're going to solve the real problems, I think from a political standpoint, a personal standpoint, from a local standpoint, we have to hold strong to your opinion. But be open to other people. You can learn so much. I learned a lot from watching people. Sometimes it solidifies my opinion even more, and sometimes it's like, ooh, I never thought of that. So let me know. How was your life? How did it unfold? Did the things that you took on, marriage, parenthood, living on a budget, did all that work out just the way you thought it was gonna? I bet it didn't. What did you learn? What did you start out thinking was going to be easy? It turned out to not be so easy, but you may have ended up being pretty damn good at it. When I started doing radio, I was so, I didn't know what to say. I was terrible. I listened back and I was like, oh my God, I'm glad I was so stupid back then, because I'm not that good now, but I was terrible. People that think they can sing, I can sing the Star Spangled Banner, but I can't sing it like, I don't know, Tim McGraw or some famous singer. I think most people go into things and go, man, how hard would it be to go RV? And I can hitch one of them things up. Already got me a pickup truck. Well, you're getting ready to find out. That's not bad. It's not ugly. We all started with Tabula Rasa, that empty slate. So if you have ever heard people in the RV space talk about Tabula Rasa, please let me know who they are, because I try to come up with stuff that, that's kind of cool to me, and I wonder if anybody else has even thought about it or talked about it. Drop a comment below. If you would, hit the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and I do read every comment. Father's Day is coming up. I mentioned this yesterday, that the place I get my shirts, I have to buy them just like you have to buy them, but the manufacturer, they're made right here in the USA. They give a discount to people who are subscribers to Wingman Wisdom. If you click the word more in the description below, it will open up and you'll get a link over to High Seas Trading Company. Get your dad, get the man in your life, something that they will love. And I promise you, everywhere I go wearing these shirts, people go, dang, man, you got some cool looking shirts. I get them all from the same place, High Seas Trading Company. Again, if you click the word more in the description below, it will open up and you'll be able to get a link over there and use the keyword to get a 10% discount. Finally, if you've not yet downloaded my free RV report, I hope you will. It will save you money. It will save you headaches. And you can thank me later, as they say. Go to freervreport.com, freervreport.com. Download it, read it. If there's one thing, it's a pretty long report. If there's just one thing that will save you money, wasn't it worth 1 minute of your time? Go to freervreport.com. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about Tabula Rasa, and if you were born with an empty slate like I was. Thank you so much for watching today. I know this was a little bit off topic. It's like, what is he going to talk about next? Well, guess what? I don't know either. But again, thank you for watching. I'm Alan Warren, the RV Wingman. Be safe, have fun, play nice, and don't leave your good manners at home.